Hello TEQ crypto followers, welcome to our video. Today, we will share the technical analysis of Secret Network coin with you. First of all, since its initial launch, we can say that it has been declining. If we show it, there have been significant drops in price movements since its launch. There have been substantial losses. Especially if we calculate from these levels, there is a loss of around 90%, around 94, 95. How can these losses be recovered? It can only be achieved by reaching those levels again. It may take a long time. For short-term gains, we will share our comments with you, friends. First of all, we want the major downtrend here to break upwards. But how will this downtrend be broken upwards? If we look at the 4-hour period chart, friends, we see that there is a small downtrend here. At the same time, there is an important horizontal section, which is our support and resistance region. Price movements are currently, friends, as it appears in these sections. It has almost stopped the decline. So, this section is actually important for us. If we draw it like this, we want the price movements to move upwards from this area and break the orange section above. After this area is broken, our intermediate support and resistance regions will be broken over time, and we may see a slowdown in price movements. And now, friends, as you can see, even if it rises from this area, there will be a 10% increase, and if it reaches the top of the downtrend channel, we can see a profit of about 20%, even up to 30% with a rapid rise. But will we see such a rapid movement? It has been falling for a long time, friends. In addition to that, in order to see a smooth and strong rise, it is important for the upper orange region to break upwards. We cannot say that there is a buy signal yet, friends. Especially in the daily period, there is still no buy signal. For a buy signal to occur from here, the point we mentioned must be broken, friends. So here, we want the level of 0.438 to be broken. After this region is broken, some buying can be done. Because if this region is broken upwards, both the downtrend and the slight downtrend will be broken. Our resistance region will also be broken upwards. Thus, price movements can rise up to the resistance region of the major downtrend. In that case, there is a possibility of a significant profit of over 10% in our pocket. Currently, there is no buy signal. Let's mention that. If we look at our Bollinger Bands, friends, we can see that the upper band has not been touched for a long time. So, if we look at this date, there has been a decline in price movements since April 18th. There is a significant decline here. The important thing is the break of the middle line. In other words, price movements should first break the middle line of the Bollinger Band. Once this region is broken, the first target is, of course, the upper point of the band. And if it reaches the upper point, we can already see a nice rise in price movements. We can even say that a short-term uptrend may begin. Therefore, the middle line in the Bollinger Band is important. We can follow this. Along with that, if we examine the moving averages, in order to see a rise in the short term, the 8-day moving average must be broken upwards first. In addition, the 20-day moving average is important for us. If the 8-day moving average breaks above the 20-day moving average, we may see further upward movement in price. So, friends, these are the points we can look at in Secret Coin, the points of upward breakouts. If these points are broken upwards, we can see buy signals and place buy orders. Let's mention that here. Along with that, friends, let's start our quick analysis of indicators. There is nothing different being discussed here. Buy and sell signals are constantly given. As it appears, friends, we can see that sell signals are once again being given. This sell signal here is a mild one. The reason for the signal coming here is probably the significant drop on May 31st. And if there is no upward breakout, we may see a decline in price movements again. Let's mention that here. Finally, if we look at our RSI indicator, RSI is currently hovering around the 30 levels, and if it breaks above the 30 level, some buying can be done. As you can see, friends, the 30 level has not been broken for a long time. As price movements decrease, RSI tends to stay around the same levels. Therefore, friends, if we look at this, for price movements to rise, RSI should stay above the value of 30 consistently. Let's mention that here, and after closing the RSI indicator, I'm slowly coming to the end of our video. In this video, we shared the technical analysis of Secret Network Coin with you. If you liked the video, you can click the like button. You can also subscribe to our channel to stay informed about upcoming videos. Thank you for watching. See you in the next videos. Goodbye. Hello, TEQ crypto followers, welcome to our video. Today, we will share a technical analysis of Litecoin with you. We have already examined Litecoin in our previous videos. However, in this video, we will share an important breakthrough with you. In the 4-hour time frame, there has been an upward breakout, which we will discuss shortly. If we look at the chart right now, we can see that Litecoin is already in an uptrend. There is also a short-term uptrend within the larger trend, which we will see on the 4-hour time frame. Currently, the price is trying to break upwards around the 93.71 level. When we look at the 4-hour time frame, we can see that the chart has already broken upwards from this point. In the past, if it broke upwards at this point, it could not sustain it and showed a downward movement. However, currently, this area has broken upwards with significant volume and is trying to stay above it. There is some back and forth price movement at this point. In addition, in the short term, within the 4-hour time frame, we have our upward trend with 3 touch points. With these 3 touch points, the uptrend continues. Finally, in the short term, it has provided us with an opportunity to draw a trend line. First, let's correct this. In the short term, it has actually provided us with such a trend line here. We can almost say that the uptrend can continue. As it seems, this channel is important for us in the short term. We want the price to continue its movement within this channel and ideally rise to the significant level of 100.205, which is the orange zone. If it breaks upwards from this level, it can reach very nice levels. Of course, our goal here is for it to continue its movement within the channel and not break the uptrend. Now, let's continue with our analysis on the daily time frame after discussing these trends. Let's start analyzing our indicators slowly, my friends. First of all, if we look at the Fisher and WAV trend indicators, we can see that both indicators are giving buy signals. Since they are close to zero levels after this area, we can interpret them as a slight buy signal, and we can say that we may see a slight increase in price movements. As long as there is no downward breakout, we may see an uptrend according to these two indicators. After closing these indicators, we notice a detail that catches our attention, which is a doji candlestick formation even though the day hasn't closed yet. This means that neither buyers nor sellers are dominant. Therefore, a doji is formed here, which could potentially lead to a short-term decrease in price movements. Since the channel we drew on the 4-hour time frame is in the resistance zone, it is likely to drop towards the support zone of the channel. You can rewind the video on the 4-hour time frame to see that part more clearly. Now, let's take a look at our RSI indicator. RSI has currently broken above the 50 level and continues its uptrend. However, as it seems, it has flattened out in the last day. There are still 8 hours until the day ends, but since neither buyers nor sellers are dominant here, we can say it has flattened out. As long as it moves above the 50 level, there is no problem. We are likely to see an increase in price movements on the RSI side. After finishing our comments on RSI, let's look at the moving averages. If we look at the moving averages, we can see that the price is trading above the 200-day moving average, which is quite positive. This is a very important point. In addition, with the recent upward movements over the past few weeks, the 8-day moving average is crossing above the 20-day moving average, and currently, the 20-day moving average is breaking above the 50-day moving average. We can say that as long as the price does not fall below the 50-day moving average, it can continue its upward trend. My friends, we can say that as long as there are no downward breakouts, the uptrend can continue nicely. Here, we see that a short-term uptrend was drawn. We can say that the downtrend has been broken upwards. There is a possibility of a pullback, which is already mentioned in the discussion about the doji. Let's keep this in mind. In the 4-hour time frame, we can see that there are ups and downs. If it retraces back to the bottom of the channel, the pullback can be completed. After conveying this information to you, let's slowly come to the end of our video. In this video, we shared the technical analysis of Litecoin with you. If you liked the video, you can click the like button. To stay updated with future videos, you can subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching. See you in the next videos. Goodbye. Hello, TEQ crypto followers, welcome to our video. Today, we will share the technical analysis of Marlin Pond Coin with you. First of all, we can see that there are two trends, one falling and one rising. The rising trend has been broken downwards. In this section, we see that after two touches, the price started to rise from the 805 level. Currently, the price has not re-entered the trend channel and we can see that it may continue to fall. However, the most important thing is the upward break of the falling trend. If the falling trend is broken upward, we may see further upward movement in price. Additionally, the second important thing, my friends, is for the price to re-enter the rising trend channel. We cannot say that it has entered this section. We can only see a slight touch to the 60 level and it hasn't really entered inside, so we cannot consider this as a clear breakthrough, my friends. Furthermore, the 00805 level that we drew retrospectively is coming into play. The price movements may drop to this point. Of course, we have a slight upward movement in the recent days. If the price drops to this level, we can confidently say that it may not stay here and make an upward move again. Because in the past, my friends, this area has acted as a strong resistance and support zone. Therefore, we can make our comments based on this. If we examine the moving averages, my friends, we can see that the price breaks the 200-day moving average but then creates another downward break. Here, the 8-day moving average has broken above the 20-day moving average. We can interpret this as a positive sign. We want the price to move above the 20-day moving average and, at the same time, we want the 200-day moving average to be broken upwards and hold above that level so that we can see that the price is rising. Additionally, my friends, after closing the moving averages, if we look at the Bollinger Bands, we can see that the price quickly broke above the upper band and then re-entered the band and dropped to the middle line. My friends, Bollinger Bands are important because if the price is trading above this zone, it shows a tendency to rise, and if it's trading below, it shows a tendency to fall. Looking at previous movements, after breaking this zone, it experienced a significant drop. Again, after breaking this zone, it had significant upward movements. Of course, my friends, there may be fake breaks in between, but if we look at it in general, when the middle line is broken downwards, the price falls, and when it's broken upwards, the price rises. However, it is not correct for us to solely rely on this logic for trading decisions. Therefore, it is important to be cautious. Along with that, let's close our Bollinger Bands analysis and start examining our indicators slowly, my friends. First of all, if we open the Fisher and WAV trend indicators, we can see that, both of them have experienced a downward break in the Fisher. However, WAV trend is still ongoing. Since there has been a downward break in Fisher, we can interpret it as a slight sell signal. We interpret this as a slight sell signal because it has created a break near certain levels. Furthermore, if we look at WAV trend, even though the volume is slowing down in WAV trend, since there hasn't been any downward break, we can say that small upward movements in price may continue. But as we mentioned, it's important to be cautious because the volume is slowing down. If a downward break occurs, we may see further price decline. Additionally, after closing the Bollinger Bands, let's finally look at the RSI indicator. The RSI has dropped to the 50 level and is currently holding at 50. As long as the price is trading above this zone, we are likely to see further upward movement. However, if the 50 level is broken downwards, we may see further price decline. It's important to keep this in mind. So, if the RSI is moving up in the middle zone, we can interpret it as a signal for upward price movement, and if it's moving down, we can interpret it as a signal for downward price movement. If we examine the 4-hour time frame, my friends, we can see that the price is currently starting an upward trend, and we can draw this trend line. My friends, we want this trend line to be broken downwards. Especially on the 4-hour time frame, if this trend line is broken downwards, we can again say that the price may definitely drop to the 805 level. It's important for the price to stay above this trend line in the short term. And actually, we can also see that there may be support zones in between. My friends, it is important that the 885 level is not broken downwards, both in the short term and in the long term. Therefore, it is advisable to pay attention to these levels. Let's mention that here, and now let's slowly come to the end of our video. In this video, we shared the technical analysis of Marlin Pond Coin with you. If you liked the video, you can click the like button. To stay updated with future videos, you can subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching. Goodbye and see you in the next videos.